Hi, this is Dough Dubach. We're going to do some riding techniques here for you, and one of the most key things with a cement start is getting the pad real clean. You got to make sure your buddy, girlfriend, dad, whoever is going to sweep that thing real clean, both in front and behind the gate. And then on top of that is I'll take my glove off and I'll whack across there again, and you'll be surprised how much dust actually comes off, and that's some of the slipperiest stuff. So you got to get that dust off, get everything completely clean. Look out in front of your gate and make sure that there's not a big dip or some crooked rut, whatever. And most tracks let you go out front anyway, so get out there and fill that in. You want it to be as smooth of a transition off that concrete and onto that dirt as you can. You don't want some big cliff out there because everyone's kind of rolled off and dug it out. You know, you want to repair that, get it good, fill it in with some good tacky dirt. On a cement start, you're going to sit a lot more upright because you're really trying to get traction to the rear tire. You know, I'll sit a little bit more in the middle of the seat. I'm ready to get that bite, and I'm going to make some adjustments to the throttle as well. You know, the throttle is a lot lower for a cement start than it would be a dirt start. And then your clutch, you got to be a little bit more patient with your clutch as well, because what you're trying to do, you're trying to get that tire to bite going off the gate. It's kind of like an anti-lock brake. On a car, once that tire starts skidding, you no longer have grip, you're just sliding across the top. So just the opposite. Once that wheel breaks loose, you're not going anywhere. So you want that control with the throttle and the clutch to really drive off that concrete. One thing that you've always got to remember is there's always dirt out there somewhere. So I'm in kind of an upright position on the bike, but once you get out there and you hit that dirt, you got to be ready. So I'm here a little more upright as I'm leaving the cement, but you got to get those feet up quick and be ready to hold that upper body down, so when you hit that dirt, especially if you've let it spin a bit, there's going to be a sudden burst of that bike. You've got to be ready for that. I like putting dirt on my hands anyway, kind of like baby powder, just to keep my hands dry inside my gloves. So I'll take my gloves off and I'll actually kind of clean the tire, and I'll rub as I'm rolling onto the pad, because I've done a real good job of cleaning the concrete. I want to keep it clean. So I want to get all that, any extra dirt off as I'm rolling on. I get my bike, I'm all set. Well, you know, as the guy's kind of telling you to fire up, I like to just do some little, I call them dry hops. I come from a drag racing background, so that's, you know, those guys are doing these little dry lurches to see how much traction they've got. So I'm doing two things there. I'm actually scrubbing my tire off, getting it down to the black, and I'm getting a sense of what does this concrete have to offer. Because you've got, you know, a variation even just in concrete. You've got some super polished, shiny stuff, and then you've got some fairly coarse stuff. So you need to understand kind of what you're dealing with. So another thing that I really like to, you know, if you only take away a couple things from this video, one of them is narrow your focus. And what I mean by that is, I like to go up and watch a few starts. If I'm not the first race, obviously, I won't have that opportunity, but I like to go up and watch a few starts. That way, I know what their routine is. You know, is it one guy doing this and he runs into the box and then 1 second later, or is it somebody out there, you know, about the time they get to the edge of being off the track, now they're down, that's when they, you know, there's always something that you can learn. And they repeat it. You know, they're not trying to trick anyone, they're just getting through the day. You know, that's their job for the day, is to drop that gate. So you can learn what their little bit of a procedure is, and then that way you can narrow that focus down, because we've all seen that kind of first day nervous beginner, bike's in gear, head down, revving it. The guy hasn't even told them to start their engines yet. So his focus is as far from a narrow focus as you could possibly be. So by learning what they're going to do, you can remain relaxed and focused. So then when it comes time, you got everything set, you've done all the things, you're ready to go. Now you know, okay, the guy has turned it sideways, he's going now, put it in gear, counting backwards. And I always I go 1, 1,000, 2, and then I go silent. Right then, I've timed it all to where that gate is going to go down within 1 to 2 seconds of me going silent and really bringing that focus down. Now I'm ready. You know, I'm ready like a sprinter to shoot out of those blocks. So that is something very important, because Any one of us knows the opposite of that, where we stand at the gate forever thinking, listen, he's never going to go down. And about the time you think that, that's when the gate drops.